welcome back to Next Chapter Conversations. I'm Kyle Longton. This quarter, the Senior Living Foundation has our compass pointed at caregiving. As we continue on this journey, I want to encourage you to read Emma Hemming Willis's The Unexpected Journey. There is something here for everyone and for the topics that we will explore. We're not necessarily going to go through it in order, but I'll refer to different sections in some of these updates. Please use this space, whether you're engaging with us on Facebook, YouTube, or elsewhere, to share your own experience as a caregiver for a senior in your own life and to learn from others. This week, I want to talk a little bit about becoming a caregiver and what surprised you most. Drawing from our book, one thing stood out from the beginning: the delivery of a diagnosis and the lack of information around it. The author reports that a doctor gave her and Bruce the diagnosis of frontal temporal dementia, handed them a pamphlet, and said, "Let's check back in a few months." And that was it. I don't think that this experience is unique. Time with doctors is often fairly limited. I remember my own grandmother getting lab reports mailed to her without any additional information and not fully understanding the decrease in function of a vital organ until her last weeks. In my own experience, another surprise has been the speed with which caregiving can come on. There isn't a special pinning ceremony or proposal or anything like that. And for some people, caregiving comes on gradually as a loved one's condition appears or progresses. They may not even have a specific condition, it just may be that capacity decreases with age. And before you know it, a caregiver is spending most of their day thinking about someone else's needs. I saw this happen between my own grandparents. For others, caregiving can come on suddenly because of a surprise: a fall, a stroke, a heart attack, a car accident, or something else. Suddenly, they are upending their life to care for someone else. In my life, my sister and I had different aspects of caregiving come to us when my mother had an emergency surgery a few years ago. And one other surprise that I want to mention here: caregiving can cause conflict. You may think that everybody is united in trying to do what's best for the person who needs care, and I think that's often true, if not always true. But that doesn't mean that everybody agrees on what best is. There can be conflict between the caregiver and the one giving care, between parents and children, between siblings, between spouses, and more. We'll talk more in the weeks ahead about how to avoid or at least manage such conflicts. But I don't want to end on such a down note, because not all the surprises can be negative. You might find that you build a stronger relationship with a loved one than you ever had before. You might learn about capacities that you didn't know you had. You might even forge new relationships beyond those that you had prior to your caregiving role in what Emma Hemming Willis refers to as your village. So for now, I'd like to hear from you. What part of becoming a caregiver surprised you most? Share with us in the comments and elsewhere, and let's keep the conversation going. Thank you.